Antimony scarcity has led to a price increase of 191% since April 2024. China's antimony export ban, closure of mines, smelters and falling stockpiles have been the catalyst for the price increase. The Beaverbrook antimony mine in Canada closed in 2023 due to depletion of antimony ore. The mine produced a significant average of 6,381 tonnes of antimony per year during production. The SPMP antimony smelter in Oman suspended operations in January 2024 due to lack of antimony feedstock, representing the decline in reserves outside of China. The US National Defense stockpile of antimony fell to only 1,100 tonnes in 2024. China's antimony production has gradually declined from 89,000 tonnes in 2019 to 40,000 tonnes in 2023. China imported 26,000 tonnes of antimony in 2022 and 28,000 tonnes in 2023. In 2024, China's imports of antimony increased 37.6% between January to July. Antimony demand has been soaring while supply has been tightening. Military conflicts in Europe and the Middle East, photovoltaics and new generation batteries have added to the stable demand of fire retardation. China's antimony deficit in 2024 is estimated to be 33,000 tonnes. China, antimony in numbers 2024. Local production, 40,000 tonnes. Baseline demand, 73,000 tonnes. Imports, 33,000 tonnes. China has historically relied on antimony imports to supplement local production to power its manufacturing industry. In 2018, China imported 80,000 tonnes of antimony, but this has dropped to 28,000 tonnes in 2023 due to declining availability internationally. Antimony, due to its significance in military applications, is of pivotal strategic importance. The Western countries, such as those in Europe, the United States and Australia, severely lack antimony reserves. The total combined reserves for Western countries is a measly 218.2 thousand tonnes. Meanwhile, the Global South has 1.543 million tonnes and Russia with 350,000 tonnes. Per 2023 data, China has 907,732,000 tonnes of identified antimony reserves in the ground, while 640,000 tonnes of that are proven mineable resources. In comparison, the only online Western antimony mine is located in Costerfield, Victoria. Mandalay's Costerfield mine has an antimony resource of 17,800 tonnes and is expected to produce between 1,100 to 1,500 tonnes of antimony in 2024. On December 4, 2024, China reaffirmed its ban on antimony exports. The Chinese government also implemented harsh penalties for any breaches by Chinese companies or individuals. The West urgently needs solutions for reliable sourcing of antimony exempt of China's influence. The incoming Trump administration is set to continue its aggressive approach towards China, as was the hallmark of Trump's first term in office. Trump has appointed numerous China hawks to his cabinet. Peter Navarro has been appointed trade advisor. Peter was the architect of the tariff increases on Chinese goods that Trump implemented during his first term. Peter is the author of the book Death by China, which argues for aggressive policy making, such as complete decoupling to counter China's growing economic prowess. Marco Rubio, a US senator and Trump's nomination for Secretary of State, is a leading voice on countering China's influence. He supports policies targeting China's economic practices, military actions, and human rights abuses, especially against Uyghurs in Xinjiang. Rubio helped pass the Uyghur Forced Labour Prevention Act to restrict imports tied to forced labour. He also advocates for decoupling US economic reliance on China to protect intellectual property and security. John Ratcliffe, who served as Director of National Intelligence under President Trump, the highest authority in the US intelligence community, overseeing all 18 agencies, has been nominated to lead the CIA in the second Trump administration. Known for his sharp criticism of China, Ratcliffe has consistently called for decisive action to counter Beijing's global influence. Congressman Mike Waltz, who has been nominated by President Trump for National Security Advisor, is a leading China hawk in US politics, consistently warning about the strategic challenges posed by the Chinese Communist Party. A former Green Beret, Waltz brings a military perspective to his advocacy, emphasizing the need to counter China's military buildup, economic coercion, and influence campaigns. Antimony is at the center of a supply crisis. During a prolonged low price period, there was a lack of resource exploration to secure future availability. Antimony demand is driven by its essential role in renewable energy, fire retardants, and military applications. The incoming Trump administration signals aggressive policies toward China, with key cabinet positions filled by China hawks advocating for decoupling. Australia, as a key member of the Five Eyes Intelligence Alliance and the Quad Partnership, can play a pivotal role in securing the supply of critical minerals like antimony for Western nations. Trigg Minerals is an Australian company determined to fill the void. With an established JORC-compliant antimony resource and a wealth of high-grade exploration opportunities, Trigg Minerals is uniquely positioned to bridge the supply gap and meet growing global demand. Trigg Minerals is listed on the Australian Stock Exchange under the ticker TMG. The company has a market capitalisation of $30 million, with approximately $6 to $7 million cash on hand. The company's three primary antimony projects are the Taylor's Arm Project, Spartan Project and Achilles Project. All three projects are located in New South Wales, Australia. The Taylor's Arm Project is located within the New England origin and contains 87 historical high-grade antimony mines. The mines produced during previous periods but have not been subjected to modern systematic exploration. Of particular note is the Bull Creek mine, where recent rock chip sampling has identified antimony grades of 57.9% and 16.4%. The mine previously produced with an average grade of 50%. The Real McKay mine is a historic antimony mine with stibnite-bearing fault breccia, containing high-grade antimony mineralization with reported grades of 15.2% and 52.7%. The Munga Creek mine was a historical producing antimony mine that was key to the World War I and World War II efforts, supporting the manufacturing of military applications. It produced 1,152.5 tonnes of antimony with an average grade of 50%. The Spartan project is located adjacent to the Larvotto Resources Hillgrove mine. The Hillgrove Antimony Gold Mine contains 93,000 tonnes of antimony at 1.3% and 1.03 million ounces of gold at 4.4 grams per tonne. Hillgrove is Australia's largest antimony deposit. The Spartan project is on trend from Hillgrove and encompasses part of the mineralised Hillgrove Fault, which contains significant antimony and gold resources. The Spartan West project contains several antimony gold occurrences and covers parts of the Hillgrove Fault and the same rock formations. The Achilles Project is the flagship project of Trigg Minerals and contains the Wild Cattle Creek deposit. The deposit has a resource of 15,600 tonnes of antimony at 2.56%. The existing resource is undergoing remodelling to include peripheral zones of mineralisation that were excluded from the initial mineral resource estimate. The deposit represents the highest grade JORC-compliant undeveloped resource in Australia. The company is meticulously preparing for expansion drilling of the existing deposit and the investigation of 37 other potential targets. The company has recently completed remote sensing to identify gas anomalies that coincide with established antimony prospects and replicating the response across the entire landholding. Cutting-edge UAV geophysical technologies are also being deployed by the company at the project, such as sub-audio magnetics and very low frequency, electromagnetic methods to map antimony gold mineralization within the Beilsdown fault systematically. The UAV electromagnetic surveys are one of the last geological activities undertaken by the company prior to drilling Wild Cattle Creek. The approach taken by the company allows for a more precise drilling program to be undertaken, reducing costs and improving outcomes.